I'm coming. It's Amanda from Soka City Sounds, and I'm here with CRYOPHILIC. This is the first interview I've done in almost a year, so you're going to have to forgive me. I'm a little bit rusty, and left their interview on the table at home. So, guys, please introduce yourselves, and then we're going to wing this shit.
I'm Ben from CRYOPHILIC. Kurt from CRYOPHILIc. Play guitar.
Awesome. Right on. Okay. What are you guys up to right at this very second?
Well, with you, we're getting this done, but it's really just a matter of getting the guitar tracks finally done for the new album. I think, yeah, the drums are done, and they sound really good. Like, a huge step up from the first album.
Your drummer is fucking
he's
amazing.
awesome.
Like, amazing.
Awesome. He makes me want to learn to be a better drummer. Like, I started playing because I have to try that.
Yeah. That's
really
awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, drums are done. Guitar's on the way, and I'm hoping to be recording my vocals in months time.
Right on.
So
right on. And is all of your recording done here as well? We're in their jam space, by the way. So, like, is all of your recording done here as well?
This is headquarters. We do everything.
This is it?
In that back room, we got a little kind of ghetto studio going on.
Awesome. That's where all the best albums come from.
Yeah, there's a little vocal booth for me too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Right on.
So I get in there.
Speaking of which, how do you do what you do?
Thanks, yeah. I try really hard, which I think is apparent, which adds to the show. It's not just the voice, like I'm screaming.
Yeah, well, yeah. Like I saw you guys on Friday night, and I can't scream at my kids for that long.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, like, you definitely have perfected what you do.
Thank you. That's cool. It started in university. I would drive to a martial arts class in Mississauga, and I went to Guelph.
Right.
And that was about 2-3 times a week. And it was the only time I had, like, no one around. So that was my practice.
Right.
So it was about 6 hours a week of just screaming along with my favorite records. And it's went on for years.
Yeah.
Years and years. It wasn't until I was maybe 27 that I started, like, my first Sepultura cover band. And, like, the first thing I yelled out in our new jam space was, Roots, Bloody Roots.
Right.
I just gave it my all. Everybody's like, oh, man, you got
That's
that.
it? Yeah.
But I'd never really done it for all of its work. And,
right.
So it took years, and the first few years of, like, practice, I would lose my voice for about 2 days.
Yeah.
Every week.
Really?
But we'd only jam once a week, so that time to heal.
Yeah.
I never really damaged it. I just made it strong the hard way. Yeah.
I mean, I find learning the hard way, we tend to gain better lessons anyway, right? So, right on. And how did you get into playing guitar?
I had an older sister who played saxophone. I used to play high school concert band and stuff like that. And I was into the bass player because, like, bass players are playing really sunglasses.
Nice.
I wanted to play something guitar was the easiest.
Okay. Right on. That's awesome. So you started, how old were you when you started playing? Right on. Awesome. Okay, so how long have you guys been I want to talk more about this new album. How long have you guys been putting it together? Like, just sort of backstory to it? Like, give me all the good stuff.
It's been a long time coming. Like, over COVID, like, we had some member changes too.
Right. Yeah, you guys did say you wanted to talk about that. Thanks for the reminder.
Just it's been a slow process. Now we've got a solid great for the players. And they're on track.
Awesome. So how much longer do you think it'll be before it gets
We want to see that this winter.
Okay.
So, like, December, maybe like New Year.
Okay.
Yeah, before. Jigsy is really their drummer, really meticulous.
Right.
About everything.
Right.
And so he's not going to be ready to put it out until it's got his approval. Yeah. And so we just have to wait. And it's fine.
Yeah.
He does it right. Yeah.
That's funny because I worked with Vile Driver, and their drummer is very, very much the same. They were in the last Soka City. Great guys to work with. They're super easy. Chris, their guitar player, he's one of the nicest people you will ever meet. Their drummer, same thing. He needed to make sure that every single things where it was supposed to be. That's what gives bands like yours your sound. You know, the time that you take to actually put all those things together.
It's a lot happening all at once.
Yeah.
Sure.
So right on. All right. Well, okay. So like your bass player and your drummer aren't here. So you two have the opportunity to tell the world about them and say whatever you want.
Right. I'm actually going to be, pretty complimentary because these guys are really good. Like all I'm going to do is scream. I got trying my hardest, but like the technicality that these guys play with, and how good they are. Coming to practice is great for me. Like I hardly ever miss it. It's exciting because I just start, screaming and painting or whatever they put out, and it's always really good. It's really jazzed about the potential of my own band.
Yeah. Nice.
So
That's awesome.
I love it. It's a privilege to play with these guys.
Yeah.
I played with Tim in my last band, Huguenot. He was a guitar player. So when our first guitar player, Dylan, left, I have to call this guy. He's 8-string player.
Right.
Like, this is the style of music. He's just going to fit like he's always been here.
Right.
And I was right.
That's awesome. Yeah, you guys had a great sound the other night. So you can tell that you guys all fit very well together.
Yeah, these guys are well oiled. So
nice.
Go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, okay, you had mentioned actually earlier lineup changes.
Yeah. So
yeah,
our
you
previous,
don't talk much, eh?
I'm not giving him a chance. At the shows, I'm the guy hiding in the corner.
Sorry, it's a good thing that I sound, otherwise I would do all the talking.
Our bass player, original bass player, not even our original bass player, the second bass player, Doug, he recently had to kind of throw in the towel a little bit because of injuries and not being able to play properly.
Right.
But it came about at the worst time. It was 2 hours before our set last month, I think it was. Like, just through text, was like, boys, I can't, I got a bill.
Oh, wow. That's unfortunate. No, I don't imagine. I don't imagine he was probably pleased about it.
He's bummed out. Like, music was right now.
That's gotta be difficult.
I don't maybe keep singing. Yeah, he's a better singer than I am. He showed me his solo stuff. It's called Choir Boy.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, and he's got a volume of music that he wrote, and I had no idea you could sing. Really good. I'm like, where are you doing it? What are your drummer? Do that.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can, find a way through it.
Yeah.
And keep pumping out some good stuff. He's super.
Right on. Awesome. So you guys all play different instruments than what you do then as well?
I also play a little bit of everything. Plays drums, plays bass, plays guitar, sings.
Okay.
But not in the same realm of ability as these guys.
Right.
So I practice all the time. It pisses me off. I'm super competitive, and I show up with these guys, they've studied it, inside it out, and I don't. So and it's not out of spite. It's like I have to keep up.
Yeah.
I need to keep
up. It's funny how like positive anger can be motivation for certain things.
Yeah.
Right? That's awesome.
So it's
right
inspiring.
On. Okay, so you guys got together in what? Hang on, don't tell me, because I've written about you guys already, so I should know some of these things. 2016. You guys got together. Right. Okay, so how did you guys come together? And then let's talk a little bit about your first album, because I can't get enough of that.
So Jigsy and Shane and I used to play in a band. We was actually talking to the same band too, a band called That Point, right? And that band kind of ended. Jigsy and I kept jamming, and we wanted to start looking at brutal death metal project. And that's kind of how it came about. I put in a graphic demo, we looked around for a singer. It was my buddy Sal, actually, was the first bass player. And he's been for quite a while. And anyway, he's like, hey man, heard from you when you write singer. Looked at him, wow, it's a great vocalist. That doesn't make any sense. He's like, oh, this is. Right. Okay, cool. So Sal got Kurt to send me the demo of the work record. Just the drums and guitar. And heard it. And it's like, oh my god, this is like been waiting for me. Like I can just paint all over this. Texted Kurt, he was like, hey, for the demo, South City guys were jamming on Thursday. So this was the first band I had to audition for.
Okay.
So when I walked in, it's like,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that worked out. So yeah, that's how it started for me. Where'd you meet Dylan?
Actually, Dylan kind of wasn't the original guitar player because Chris DJ was for a little bit before everything was official.
Right.
And he kind of couldn't really come to the jam, and he recommended Dylan. So I messaged Dylan and I said, "You want to jam?" He's like, "Yeah." He learned the tunes, he came and jammed, and he was our guitar player up until right around COVID ended.
Okay. Okay. And okay. So now, how did you guys deal with what was going on with COVID? Like, how did you guys get through it? Did you guys still manage to make your jams work and stuff like that? Like, I know there was some bands who were like, "Fuck it, we're playing right through. We don't care." And we lost a lot of good bands through it, you know, because of it and stuff like that. So, how did you guys navigate through it?
Pretty much the whole time, just JC and I were still getting together. Ben would be here.
It was like 6 months into COVID where I started, like, I came back and started jamming again. Maybe
Right.
even longer than that, but and it was just the three of us until it kind of run its course.
Right.
I had no problem with it at the start. I had like layers. Like, there was a room in the basement here
Yep.
where I was setting up my drums, and I had keys to this like really cool dojo.
Right.
So I could just go places where I could by myself, but
Right.
I was out of the house.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, and I made it so that I would learn one thing on guitar every day. One lick, one riff, anything. Didn't matter. Huge project or just one. I just for like the next every day during COVID, I decided I have to make this full time.
Right.
And I did get a lot better in that time.
Awesome.
It's
Awesome. It's nice to hear that there was other people that really took that time and went, you know what, I can't do anything else. I can't go here. I can't hang out with this person. So I'm going to learn things. I'm going to get better at what I can do, what I already know, the things that I want to know and stuff like that. Like, I did the same thing, and I encouraged my girls to do the same thing. I took them out of school and I let them learn whatever they wanted for 2 years. Yeah. And it's nice to see that, like, I mean, you've perfected the things that you know how to do, and you still obviously do that because I keep going back to the show on Friday. You guys were fucking fantastic. I don't know. I would love to see you guys at the end of the evening. Once, you know, like you guys opened the, you guys did a fantastic job opening the show. It would have been nice to see you at the end of the evening as well. You guys, no, you guys were fantastic. You know, you guys were absolutely fantastic. I would like to see you guys be the headliners of the show. That's all.
We are in Hamilton, but it's not all.
Yeah.
We're still like, we have to prove ourselves, I suppose. And we're doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you guys are relatively well known.
I'm so far removed from it, actually. Like, he does Instagram stuff and the Facebook
Yeah.
stuff, and I don't really check it. I just
No,
keep doing what I do. So
yeah.
he tells me these things.
Yeah, no, I see quite a bit of your stuff around, and I mean, I share a lot of stuff on Sofa City and my own Facebook and stuff. So, yeah, well, you guys are good, right? And without you guys, I don't get to do this. So, which thank you very much for being in Third Sofa City. I'm excited about that. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'm super excited about that. So, is there anything else that you guys want? Oh no, we wanted to talk about your first album. At least I did anyway. Because I love that album. So how did you guys pull that together?
Well, Dylan and Kurt are, songwriting machines.
Right.
Like, they would show up to jam that I wrote 11 new songs, start to finish.
Nice.
I'm working on this one song for 3 years and I still can't get it right. And so there was no shortage of material. So we got to really cherry pick all the best stuff. And that's why the album, each song, was very, very different in its own way.
Yeah.
And again, because they had really different sort of writing styles, but when you put them together, it just made everything that much better.
Yeah, everything flows really well on that album.
It was great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How long did it take to put together?
We were kind of slow when it comes to recording.
We still are.
Yeah, we still kind of slow.
Oh,
I came
that's not a
together
terrible
probably a
thing.
year.
It's not terrible.
Well, because we're doing it ourselves and
Right.
Jake doing
We all work full-time jobs. So it's
Yeah, real lives.
Right. Well, yeah.
Paying bills with death metal. We'll see.
One day.
I don't know.
One day. So right on. Well, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about? Anything you want to tell anybody?
Yes, your book. I want to know the big details about your book. Can you elaborate on exactly what it is and all that?
So I started writing Sofa City 3 years ago. No, that's a lie. I'm on the third volume. I started writing 8 years ago. Sofa City, I started writing 8 years ago. And originally, it was to raise money for a friend of mine. It was Deb Manson, and she used to go and bail prostitutes out of jail and give them a second chance. So a friend of mine and I decided we were going to put this book together, and we were going to throw a fundraiser. We raised over $2,200. I think it was $2,200 we raised. And people started asking me when I was going to do a second one. So I I did a bunch of stuff for 7 years, and then I sat down and I wrote another one. And now, essentially, it's become a coffee table book of all independent musicians across the globe. But so far, I've only worked with bands in Canada. And we take bands from different cities and we put them on stages in different cities. And that's how we do the book releases. We throw parties and everybody gets to know each other and stuff like that. And, I mean, I take my whatever for writing it for my time, but we always pick somewhere different for a large portion of the money to go to that we raise for these books. We usually start with 200 for print, and then after that it's by order, and we usually do 300 to 500 per volume, and we're on volume 3 now. So yeah, so it should be a lot of fun. They get bigger and bigger. I've actually I've been waiting for this interview. The cover of this book is actually Jag Tanda's guitars from I'm Other. So yeah, he had sent me the photos after I had been for guitars on Facebook. I wanted guitars on couches, and a whole bunch of people sent me a whole bunch of pictures, which they will all be used in the book as well. But he sent me his guitars and said, "Hey, like, would you use this?" He was my first interview.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah. So that's the only reason I was like, because there's so many other musicians that probably could have, their guitars probably could have been there, but because he was my first interview, I couldn't pass it up. So yeah, they're absolutely amazing. I just saw their show in Toronto at the Phoenix, where Brian and
they had the two singers?
Oh, it was amazing.
Cool.
Oh, it was so amazing. It was such a good show. And I didn't know I was at the show until I was at the merch table. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. So, but yeah, so okay. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about or anything like that?
I think we're good. Second album's coming. It's going to be pretty heavy. I guarantee that.
Awesome. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Shows coming up.
We got one Oshawa,
October 14th.
Yep, Nature. And what's the other one confirmed?
October 22nd.
Yes, the Casbah. Never played the Casbah. I'm looking forward to it.
I don't think I've actually been to a show there sober. So I will be there.
Cool.
I will be there definitely. So okay, is there anybody that you guys want to shout out to?
CD and records for sure.
Nice. Okay, right on. Well, I can't thank you guys enough for being my first interview. I definitely feel like it was a little rusty, but I think this went really well. And I'm really grateful. Thank you so much.
Let's have it.
We'll do this again. Awesome. Thanks, guys.